Over to you to introduce yourself for the record.
We're live.
All right. So welcome back to the House Energy and Digital Infrastructure Committee. It is Thursday, February 20th. And I am Representative Kathleen James from the Bennington 4 District.
Scott Campbell from St. Salisbury, Caledonia, Essex.
Richard Bailey, Lamoille 2.
Chris Morrow, Wyndham, Windsor, Bennington. Michael South, Caledonia 2.
Christopher Howland, Rutland 4.
Territory, Washington 2.
Graham Putner, Chittenden 13, Burlington with exquisite timing.
Yeah.
Laura Sibilia, Wyndham 2.
Jack Locker, Committee Assistant.
Great. And for the record.
Yes, good morning. My name is Casey Winkerson from Burke, Vermont, and I work for Northeast Kingdom Community Action, the Director of Economic and Community-Based Services at NECA. And I'm here to talk today about digital infrastructure and digital access through some programming that we have been doing over the past 3 or so years, 2.5 actually, at Northeast Kingdom Community Action. So it started off with the Affordable Connectivity Program, which was the federal grant through the ACP or through the FCC. The Affordable Connectivity Program got folks connected to internet through a $35 reduction in their bill, as well as gave them access to devices that had $100 off the device that they would use. And in some cases, for folks that were utilizing cell phones as their digital connection mechanism, it would typically end up being free for them. That has morphed over time as the ACP funds ran out federally. The program was pulled back a year and a half earlier than our grant was written for, due to the funds running out. We have now partnered with NEK CV, NEK Broadband CV Fiber, that now merged. So NEK CV Fiber, who is our local communication union district. And we have started a digital literacy access program in which we provide individuals with digital literacy skill training. So we have a digital literacy coach, it's what we call a digital navigator, who goes out and works one-on-one with individuals to get them up to speed on all the things as it relates to computer and access to the digital world. So that may be as simple as starting up the laptop and showing them all the processes and procedures to get onto the different apps and applications, to going through a process of signing up for benefits through the state benefit portal, the Medicaid portal, whatever that may be. It's very much a process of intense hand-holding, and the navigators are able to be there as essentially a case manager, if you will. But that's not what we call them in the digital world. We call them digital navigators. And on top of that, within the NEK Broadband CV Fiber district, if somebody is part of the program, is utilizing the digital navigation services, they will get a reduction in the cost of their bill. They also get a free device, a free laptop. We've partnered with Comcast, who has donated 50 laptops to get us started, which has been really helpful in the process. I believe now we've been running this since it's been about a year now, and we have approximately 15 or so individuals that we're working through the process for. Mind you, it's just NECA that's doing this with one digital navigator, so it's a really intensive program. So 1 year, 15 was to start the program, get it ramped up. It's a lower number that than we would intend within a year. But for our first year number was really quite impressive. We've got those individuals access to the internet, reduction in their bills, and access to devices.
Sorry, what was the number again? I missed the number.
It's around 15 or so. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'd be better prepared next time.
Representative Morrow.
What was the reduction in the bill? Do you know that number?
Yeah, so the reduction in the bill, it depends on what they were utilizing, but typically it was around $30 to $35. So basically to stay true with the program that the Affordable Connectivity Program started. And the goal is to continue to work that over. We also, it's not just specific. So so NEK Broadband CV Fiber is obviously just one provider in our area. So if they are utilizing Comcast, for instance, getting Xfinity services, or they're using Spectrum, whatever it may be, we're also working hand in hand with that participant to reach out to those companies and try to advocate for a reduction in the bill, whether that be dropping, sometimes they sell you the triple play package where you've got like a phone and cable that you really don't want or need. So we're working through the process of reducing their bill also on the backside of some of those different providers in that way to try to build some reduction in their bill into the cost that they have.
So are you aware of the Comcast Internet Essentials program, which is a $14.95 for all inclusive?
Yes.
Do they?
Yeah, very much so. So we have utilized that as a program, and the Essentials is great. Unfortunately, it is a very low the Mbps, the microbits per up and download. They're rather low comparatively to some of the offers that so if we're able to work with folks that are currently on a bill, let's say through a triple play, that's what they used to call it when I had Comcast. I don't know if that's still what it is, but the triple play, for instance, that may be 250 up, 250 down, or 250 up, 100 down, or sorry, 100 up, 250 down. And that's standard is about 100. That's really what we're going for the connection services. And so that we are aware that we often will steer people that direction if they really can't afford anything else. But we typically try to stay within the local.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of questions. It's terrific. So you're getting laptops from Comcast at no charge to NECA?
Yes, we got 50 down.
50, yeah, fantastic. And how is the rest of your service paid for?
So the rest of the service is paid for as it's a partnership with NEK Broadband CV Fiber. So it's actually built into their budget.
So they're paying you.
We're contracting. So they pay for 90% of the cost, and we pay for 10% of the admin. And of that 90%, it's broken down to a 60-40. So 60% is contract, and then a 40% metric base. So we have metrics that we're working with them that we've identified in partnership together to essentially say, like, this service is worth X amount of dollars because it's got a bigger impact in the long run on the individual that we're working with.
Right. And the subsidy for $30 or $35, how was that paid for?
NEK Broadband, CV Fiber as well. Yep. Yeah. Just to clarify, if they're
in their area
on
right.
CV Fiber or NEK Broadband.
So does your contract with NEK Broadband also allow you to work with people who are on podcast or
Yes.
Or
Yep.
charter?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah. Right now we're covering, I think if I was to break down the percentage is probably 75%, 25%, 75 being not the NEK Broadband.
Oh, really?
customers. Yeah.
Wow.
Just because they're still in the infrastructure build right now. So there's only we can only hit so many right now, but the goal is to flip those numbers to flip it the other way so that we can really, the goal is to sustain the CFDs for us. So because that's going to be what we all know, we're all aware of the competition that doesn't exist in Vermont for internet.
Right.
So CFDs is.
Yeah. And so 15 households roughly served in the first year while you're getting started and getting all this figured out.
Yeah.
What's your projection for how it's going to go?
Yeah. So based on the way that I would say we're probably looking somewhere in the ballpark of 40 to 50 individual households per year. 15 it took about 6 months to get the program fully up and running. So I would say, and then we had a little bit of turnover in between that. So I would say that's our goal. That's typically what we're looking for. We're also hoping to expand. There's a new program that NEK Broadband, CV Fiber, NEK is the name, that they are starting in Groton. It's a Groton hub, and that will be a landing zone for this individual as well, which we're really excited about. And that's why we're projecting higher numbers.
And do you have a contract for a certain number of years, or is it sort of a year by year thing, or?
Yeah, so right now we are contracting on a 6-month basis. As so the reason for that, and I'm sorry, don't know, got a couple minutes. We also applied for a $12 million grant from the NTIA. And the goal was for that $12 million, it's actually a collaborative for the whole state, of getting digital access for individuals. So we were partnered with, all of the Council on Agings throughout the state, all of the adult literacy network, throughout the state, all the CAP agencies throughout the state. And those 3 were going to be boots on the ground, being supported by digital literacy skill training from some folks up in Burlington.
And is NECA leading this, or is this?
Yeah, NECA is the lead applicant for it. So we're in the process of, we don't know what's happening. The NTIA has kind of gone silent since the administration changeover, but we are still under review for the application, and we're hopeful that we'll get the 12 million. It would be a 3-year grant going forward to provide literacy training and skills and devices and all of that.
Fantastic work you guys do.
Thank you so much.
Rep Sibilia and Laura?
Informationally, a similar grant to the BCBB to that grant is what the corrections Wi-Fi.
Yes.
The digital equity.
Yeah, so
Yes.
that is the digital equity state grant, and that VCBB applied for it. We're actually in partnership with them as well. We're hoping to do some more work with them under this new digital equity grant that they have to be able to do some boots on the ground work in the digital navigation world. So
If it comes.
if it's correct.
So I'm curious what your take on the NEKCB for Comcast, for that matter, what their goals are in this program. Is this to like a long-term customer acquisition thing for them, or is this just corporate philanthropy? Why are they interested in subsidizing this program?
Yeah, of course. I won't speak too much to that. I just know that the executive director of NEK Broadband, NEKCB, is unequivocally committed to digital equity throughout the state. And the Bakuda group, which is the band of all of the communication union districts, are working together to try to find a sustainable way to hold on to programming like this. So as they grow their customer base, this is in my thought is being able to, similar to how the electric companies charge a surcharge to some of their on their bills, to be able to kind of fund some sort of program where they can assist folks that can't make their bill. I think that we're looking at programming similar to that to be able to create sustainability in this, to be able to continue to offer individuals who are 200% FPL or lower that access to not only the program, but also the reduction in their bill.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
That's our sign.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
Oh, yeah, Rep Haley.
Just a quick, the acronym NTIA is.
National Telecommunication
Infrastructure.
Infrastructure
Agency. I believe.
Administration.
Administration, yes. Yeah. And they are the ones that are responsible for the BEAD grant, which is the infrastructure build out, and then the digital equity, which is the navigation work that we're doing, hoping to do.
Well, it's just great work that you all are doing.
Thank you so much.
And with NEK Broadband, I really appreciate you coming in.
Thank you. I appreciate the invitation.
So you mentioned Groton. How far south do you go with Northeast Kingdom?
Groton is basically the last town in our catchment area for NEK for NECA. NEK Broadband is a little bit larger than that. Yeah.
Once it includes separate on CV.
Yeah,
Or UPD CV fibers.
Right.
Is now merged with NEK Broadband.
So that's imprinted on the Orange, I believe, Orange County area, down in that area.
No, I guess
Washington, Orange, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I didn't consider Groton part of the Northeast Kingdom, though. I don't know where.
It'd be an honorary town.
No.
Gotta be careful there, Chris.
Well-
We're on tape now. You could
No,
some
but,
fighting words there.
no, but
I'm kidding.
because my employer had territory in St. Johnsbury,
Right.
but prior to Green Mountain Power acquiring CV, then I acquired some Groton business or
Right.
exposure, but with the Vermont Electric Co-op in the Northeast Kingdom, I don't have a lot of
Yeah.
geographical experience other than trying to fill a beer mug and something.
Well, thank you so much for the
Right.
invitation. I very
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Right.
Thank you.
All right.